What's going on? Hopefully, I'm going to put on my earphones real quick because I want to see. Yes, you can hear the sounds of freedom ringing across the land. July 4th. I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to go live real quick and talk about the top 7 or 8 apps and websites I use to save me a bunch of money on travel. You don't want to miss these tips. If you are tuning in for the first time, it should tell you up above here to log in to StreamYard. Let me see if it says it, so that I can see who you are when you comment. It doesn't always do it, so I'm not really sure if it's doing it now. It only does it for some reason on certain platforms. I haven't figured out why yet, but I'm going to post it here real quick. Once I get it, yes, it's there. Cool. But I'm going to post it in the comments. That way, as you guys are tuning in, you can tell me where you're watching from, and I can see who you actually are. Great. All right, let's get into it. So I'm going to be talking about my favorite apps and websites, because there's a couple of websites on here. My number one, and I've told you guys this before, my number one favorite app is Road Tripper. And it won't show up here. I'd love to show, well, maybe. Hold on, we're going to do an impromptu thing here. Let me sign in, and then I'm going to share my screen because it will allow me to do that. So as you guys know, I've got a trip coming up with my kids. It's going to be really awesome. We're doing a national parks tour, and I did all of that on this app. All right, now here we go. Let's do share screen. Share. Let's see. We want to go with this one because that's where it's at. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen. I'm going to go back here and check. Let's see if it's doing it. Let me know in the comments if this is actually sharing my screen or not. And it is. Good. All right. So let me double check one more thing here. Oh, okay. All right. I think I got to blow this up. Sorry. This is my first time ever doing it this way. All right. I'm just going to get into it, and you guys will have to. So here you see my Weston Parks tour. And I'm just going to pull it up and just show you guys real quick. Maybe if I do this, let me slide this over here. As you can see, over here in the left-hand column, it's got my starting point of Vegas. Then we're going to Hoover Dam, Grand Canyon, right? Horseshoe Bend, Antelope Canyon. Then we're going up to the Arches National Park. And here's what I love about this. See all this other stuff that's coming up? And I could go up and I could put in restaurants, attractions and cultures, outdoor recreation, other points of interest, camping and RVing. It allows me to add all of that stuff in here. It saves me a ton of time. I did this in Ireland as well. Grand Prismatic Spring, the Grand Teton National Park, Bonneville, Salt Flats. Hopefully I said it right this time. Yosemite, Sequoia, Joshua Tree, Death Valley, and then back to Vegas. And you can see that it organizes the whole trip for me. Like I said, I can go in and I can actually, let's just do food and drink. And look, it's showing me already a lot. Red Rock Brewing Company. This is why this is one of my favorites. I use this app in every country, every vacation I go on. It brings out stuff that you would never think to think about. I'll give you an example. Last year when I did this national parks tour, I found Scooby-Doo's van for pictures. I had no clue it was out there. It's just because it showed up on the app. All right, so let me see if I can now stop screen share. Bam. Look at that. Hey, Anita, how are you? All right, so that's my number one app, Road Trippers. It's a great app. I love that app. I love all the capabilities that it has. It integrates with your GPS. It's on your laptop. It's an app. I mean, it's phenomenal. Okay. All right, my number 2, and I use this one all the time, which is Google Flights. Let's see here. Okay, stop sharing. I had to stop sharing. So my number 2 is Google Flights. Now, I don't actually book my flights here. I actually use this to set up alerts and then to monitor when is the best time to buy the flights. And I found that for me personally, I'm beating Google Flights roughly 90% of the time. And I'll tell you about that website in a minute. Okay. My favorite websites, we were talking about this in my travel group the other day. Groupon apparently is going to no longer be doing vacation packages. I have 2 websites that I go to periodically and just check the deals. Sometimes they're worth it. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're great deals. Sometimes they're not. TravelPirates.com and TravelZoo.com. Okay. Great websites. I love those guys, both of them. You guys should definitely be monitoring them, and I can post some of these links after the live. Another app that I use, this one doesn't save me money, but it saves me time, and it saves me a lot of time, which is Mobile Pass. It's a great app that's going to save you a ton of time when you're traveling international, when we go back to international travel. Next up is Spot Hero. And I'm going to tell you a not so cool story. I went up to Chicago in January. While I was there, I did not know about this app at the time. I ended up spending almost $150 in parking. And one of the people at the hotel was like, why don't you just use Spot Hero? Now, this was almost, 8 months ago or whatever, 7 months ago. And since then, I've used this, and I really enjoy this app. It shows you all of the parking availability and where's the best deal to park for extended parking when you're traveling. Love it. Got to have it. My next one is for all you cruise junkies out there. It's called Cruise Deals. It's an app on the iPhone. I'm not sure about Android. And what it does is it allows you to search per day the cost of cruises by location. And that way you get to really take a look at what you're paying for your cruise, and it really shows you some of the best deals. Now, if you're a last-minute traveler, this one here is going to save you a lot of money. If you're the kind of person that just hops in a car and decides to take off at the very last second, oftentimes that can get pretty expensive for you. Hotel Tonight is for people that have actually booked hotels that are no longer taking that trip, and so they want to sell that hotel because either cancellation process wasn't very clean, whatever. Hotel Tonight has great last-minute deals, and oftentimes when I'm not using my own website, I'm using them. Now, speaking of which, the last one that I'm going to mention tonight is my own website, travelmavericks.com. Actually, I'm going to just post that in there real quick. Let me copy and paste. Listen, guys, my goal is to help you travel more often for less money. And I think most of the people in my travel group will tell you this. I honestly want you to get the best deal. And if that best deal is not with me or not on my website, tell me, because I'm going to book there as well. I will go and check. I don't win every time. It's impossible in the land of the giants of Expedia and Priceline. I mean, between the two, there are $150 billion in online travel bookings, right? I can't beat them every day. But I will tell you, I beat Expedia and Priceline probably 95% of the time, and I beat them by a substantial margin. Any of the people that have been in our group and who have used my website will tell you there's an ease of use with it. Now, it is a third-party booking engine, so you've got to be careful when you're talking about canceling. You got to know your insurance, all those kind of things. But by and large, I've got one of the best websites. I just truly believe that. It's saved me thousands and thousands of dollars. It's saved friends and family and people in my travel group over $250,000. Just 2 weeks ago, I had 2 different people reach out to me about plane tickets. Between the 2 of them, I saved $1,500. Okay. So this is a regular occurrence on my website. And in there, I also have hotels and all that kind of stuff. On average, saving up to 40% off the cost of Expedia. So here's what I want you guys to do. 2 things, okay? Number 1, we live in the greatest nation in the world. We are free today, so celebrate your freedom. Many of us can't celebrate in big show kind of things, but as you can hear in Clarksville, Tennessee, the sound of freedom is absolutely ringing loud and clear, whether we can do a city firework festival or not. So be thankful. Be thankful that we live in a country where we have the freedoms that we have, that we can be entrepreneurs, that we can be business builders, that we can be a people that lives our lives by and large the way we want to live them. And I'm just so thankful for our country, and that, 244 years ago that we declared independence, and we've become the influence that we've become. So the second thing is, drop an emoji if you want to learn more on how to save travel, how to cut the price of flights, or how to cut the price of hotels. That's what I live for. I want to help you travel more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, so I hope you tune in. And we're going to continue on with this Travel Hackers series over the next couple of days. Wrap that up, and then I'm going to launch into a new series on travel and some of the things that I've been hearing from you that you want me to talk about. Have a great night. Celebrate freedom. We'll see you guys tomorrow.